advancing from 8th place to history.
The Bulls will win it. They're going to the NCAA tournament for the second straight year.
Who are we? UB! Who are we? UB! What are we? One team! What are we? One team!
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to UB Football Insider. My name is Paul Peck, joined by UB Bulls head coach Lance Leipold, about halfway through spring practice, so a good chance to give everybody an update on how the progress is going with your team. I know this is a big learning time of the year for you, so as you sort of evaluate where you are right now, give us a sense on how the learning curve is going.
I think it's gone very well, Paul. It's been exciting for us to kind of get back on the field with our players in year two. Last year was so much, the newness of everything from practice format to schemes, and you can see a difference this year, and I think our guys have embraced it.
Is the difference for you and the coaching staff? Last year, this was your chance to learn about all these players. Now you know them. Now you have a chance to maybe take the next level in coaching? Yes,
and I think we know what we need, for our scheme to be successful. We know what the competition's about a little bit more, and of course knowing the roster a lot better. So I think there's a comfort level from coach to player and player back to coach and everything that we're doing.
All right, on next week's show, we're going to focus a little more with Coach on the Bulls defense. So obviously today we're going to spend some time talking about the offense, and we might as well start at the main spot of the offense and the spot that everybody always wants to focus their attention on. You've got to break in a new quarterback this year. After 4 years of Joe Licata being the starter, it's going to be odd to see a different player out there. But you've got three players competing for the job in Chris Merchant, in Tyree Jackson, and the newcomer Grant Rohach. Give us a sense on not only how each guy is doing, but how that position is evolving.
Well, it's highly competitive right now, Paul, in really what they're all doing, what they've been doing well, what they need to improve on. And I know you've had a chance to watch us practice many times, and I think our practice format, our pace of practice really allows us to give those quarterbacks a lot of repetitions and equal repetitions and still keep it competitive. And right now it's a very interesting race, and I don't think we're in any hurry to name really a depth chart or a starter before we hit spring camp.
Later on in the show, we're going to sit down with all three quarterbacks, and you're really going to get to know them in detail. But quickly, give us a little sense on what you've learned about each guy and what they do well, and start with the senior guy, Grant Rohach.
Well, Grant's been a great addition, not just on the field, but off the field. He's got a great personality. He's a very humble young man, but confident, intelligent. He's fit in well with the rest of the players in the locker room, and he took an instant leadership role. So that's been great. Chris Merchant, redshirt sophomore. You can tell he's feeling more comfortable now, and working with Andy, being in this offense. Really, when you would look at a dual threat body type and arm strength in that, I think he's definitely that prototype guy there as well. So him and Grant are very similar, I think, in what their strengths are. And then there's Tyree Jackson, the redshirt freshman, pretty highly recruited player. Coming in here last year, kind of came in after a knee surgery, learning things. He's getting stronger. He's getting faster. He's got a cannon of an arm now. He can throw the ball, but once he gets running too, he can do some things. And very exciting prospect who continues to get better daily.
They're going to need good blocking, and you've got a lot of transition going on your offensive line. You have to replace both key tackles from last year. Rubens Joseph, a guy that's going to get a shot to play left tackle. Give us a sense on where the big guys up front are right now.
Well, right now it's good. We've used that word before, work in progress, but it truly is for many reasons. One is we have some guys not practicing this spring, but we moved. Rubens Joseph played right tackle. Most of fall camp. Moved him into right guard right before the start of last season. We decided, probably our most athletic big body we have, so we're going to put him out at the left tackle spot. James O'Hagan at the center spot is one that's really, after playing almost every snap last year, he's really confident in what he's doing. He's assuming more of a leadership role, understanding the role of the center, the calls and different things. So really pleased with him. Kind of going on, it's working that first and second unit has kind of been is really a big challenge for Daryl Leipold right now.
Right, and finally some of the weapons. Who are some of the new names and new faces that we're going to see amongst the weapons at running back, receiver, and tight end?
Well, Jordan Johnson is probably where it really starts in the backfield after splitting, a couple years with Anthony Taylor. I think he's really ready to break out and kind of show that he could be a top back in the conference. Mason Schreck kind of steps into the starting role for Matt Weiser at tight end. Marcus McGill we really kind of thought more of a breakout season at the receiver spot, and Colin Lisa, Malcolm Robinson kind of fill out some of those things. A highly competitive wide receiver position.
All right, going to be a lot of new faces and new names, and obviously a new change at quarterback for the offense. Remember, next week we'll sit down and talk with Coach more about the defense. But when we come back here on UB Football Insider, we're going to talk more quarterbacks, as you'll get to meet all three guys that Coach mentioned, all of them together. We're going to have a little fun with the three. That's when we come back on UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold.
Be counted for the 2016 edition of UB Bowls football. Season tickets start as low as $66 with incredible incentives such as gift certificates, apparel, and more. Also back this season is Stampede Square and the 4th annual Tailgate Concert Series presented by the Seneca Niagara Resort. This season's lineup features national acts such as Jared Neiman, David Nail, Eddie Money, and more. For tickets and more information, call 877-UB-THERE or visit ubbowls.com.